Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Angela Braniff, and today we are going to be talking about meal planning and budgeting. This video, you guys, if you saw, I can't remember in my last video or when I talked about this, but we were going through our budget and finances, and just to be super honest, like our grocery budget had just gotten completely out of control. We were not really paying as close of attention to it as we should have been. And when we realized how much we were spending a month on groceries, eating out, and now granted, it included everything like diapers and all that stuff, but all of that, it was astronomical. We could not believe it. We were like, are you kidding me? That's how much we're spending a month. Like, that's bananas. So we have decided that we are going to get a grip on that because we do not want to pour that much money into food. And the most expensive food you buy is the food that you don't eat. And that's what I feel like inevitably ends up happening. Stuff gets shoved to the back. We don't eat it. It goes bad. We throw it out. And it's just this huge cycle of waste. So we are trying to kind of make some changes in that regard. The first things first, we are going to start doing some meal planning and budgeting for our meal planning a lot more strictly than we have in the past. And I asked you guys if you wanted to kind of see and follow along, and you did. So that is what we're going to do today. I'm going to kind of share with you guys this process, how I'm going to do it, how I'm going to make it work and try to figure this out. I used to be really good at meal planning and budgeting our groceries. It's just that over the years, as we've added more kids, and I feel like we're constantly buying groceries and someone's constantly stopping at the store for milk or something else, like we're just always buying groceries and adding groceries, and it's just kind of gotten out of hand, quite frankly. That sounds a little bit maybe over the top, but it really has like just gotten out of hand. So we're gonna jump in. We're gonna do this together. I asked on Instagram which video you guys wanted to see first this week, if you wanted to see the meal planning or a Q&A, like a mom of 8 Q&A, and it was very close, but this one won out. So for the mom of 8 Q&A, this was a requested video by one of you guys, and I thought, that's a good idea. I haven't really talked much since about motherhood and things like that since we added an 8th child. So if you have any questions about that, leave those down below in the comments, and I will answer those coming up really soon. But this is going to be all about meal planning, budgeting, how we're gonna do it, how we're gonna make it work. Wish me luck, y'all, because we gotta feed a lot of people. At this point, I'm not even entirely sure what's a realistic budget. So we're just gonna kind of figure this out as we go. So come along. This is not me coming to you saying I am a meal planning, budgeting expert. Let me show you how to do it. This is me saying I'm on the struggle bus, and I'm gonna figure this out, and we're gonna figure it out together. And any meal planning tips or anything like that that you guys have, leave those in the comments, because that will help someone else who stumbles upon this video as well. So let's get into it. All right, so the first thing I am going to do is basically take inventory. I am going to go through my fridge and my pantry and see. It really needs to be cleaned out too, by the way. If I didn't mention that, it desperately needs to be cleaned out, but we will get there. That's all part of the organizing and decluttering process that's happening here too. But what I'm going to do is just basically make a list of everything that we would use for meals that is in the fridge, the freezer, and the pantry. I'm not listing like every little item that we have, but I'm just kind of listing the things that we use for meals. And then obviously some things are just kind of snacky things. So that's where I'm going to start, is just kind of going through and taking inventory basically. And as you can see, my pantry it needs some serious help. I did a huge pantry organization a couple years ago, and we've kept the same system, but as you can see, it's gotten out of hand. We just have so much food, and a lot of this is, it's great. We've got a ton of like boxed pasta, and as I go through and look through everything, I'm finding lots of things that we can use for meals, and also a ton of snack foods. With 8 kids, we do keep a lot of snack foods. I'd like to eventually kind of pare this down, but right now, just got to tackle one thing at a time. What's the saying? You eat an elephant one bite at a time. I'm eating my elephant one bite at a time. So I'm just gonna kind of go through and look. I know that we have like tons of bags of tortilla chips and all kinds of things. So I'm just gonna keep adding to my inventory list of everything we have in the pantry. All right, so the next stage in this process, I won't call it the fun part, although it might be, I don't know, depends on how you look at it, is that I'm gonna look through everything that I have. And what my plan is here, and kind of what I want to do moving forward, and this is how I've done different meal planning in the past, is I like to look at what we have on the calendar. So I like to look at what appointments are coming up, because our life is kind of all over the place when it comes to like appointments and travel schedules and stuff like that. I just kind of have to keep that in mind as I'm planning things and figuring it out. So, because as we all know, we are now on a serious grocery budget. I've never been really good at meal planning, like breakfasts. I'm okay at meal planning lunches, but breakfasts I've never been very good at meal planning. But the effort here is going to be that I'm just going to tackle this for 1 week at a time right now. And that's just because we don't have a ton of extra storage space, and I also want to really get a grip on what we're spending, what we're using, what we're eating, what's being, rolled over to the next week. So I kind of eventually would love to get to like month-long grocery shopping, and we used to do 2 weeks, but our budget was out of control. So I'm going to do 1 week at a time. We're going to start really easy, like preschool style. So 1 week of breakfast, 1 week of lunch, 1 week of dinners. And I'm going to sort of fill in the holes with what I know I can make based on the ingredients that I already have, starting there, and then kind of filling in the holes and stuff. So this is very basic. And I have also I'm doing this on paper right now, but I have been using and trying out an app. I would like to use it a little bit more before I share it with you guys, but so far I'm really liking it, and there's some really neat features. So hopefully by the next meal planning video, I'll have really gotten that like squared away and figured out exactly how to use it, and then I'll share it with you guys because it's really neat. But I don't want to, I've just started using it, so I don't want to prematurely share about it since I've just started using it. All right, so Monday, so we need breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and there is nothing grand about this. I am literally just writing it down on a piece of paper, old school style. And the good thing is too that I can make this all pretty later, but right now I just need to like get it scratched out on a piece of paper. The other thing I'm hoping this app will help with, and what I might do too, is take all this information and then put it into like a Google Calendar or into a meal planning app, so that Christopher and I both have access to it, so he sees and I see what's on the menu today for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So there's no like confusion or question, or somebody accidentally uses the bacon that was meant for a dinner recipe for a breakfast recipe and then we don't have it, that kind of thing. So it's kind of twofold. I'm not going to be perfect at this because it's been a long time since I've really like hunkered down and like meal plan budgeted, but I'm also going to be stricter than I might normally be or would be moving forward, just because I feel like we need to get this under control, So, okay, so let's see. All right, so I'm just kind of plugging away here, and like I said, it's really very basic stuff, but I want to use up a lot of what we have. And then if it's like I know we have frozen hot dogs, but we don't have buns, so I'm just going to add buns to my list so that I'm only adding just whatever I need to sort of fill in for the recipes. But so far, based on everything we have in the pantry, and we haven't been grocery shopping in a few weeks, and this is normally the time when we would like just place another big grocery order. And it's like, I think we've just kind of forgotten to recognize like there's still so much food in there. We're just not seeing it. We do have a lot of like pantry staples and not nearly as much fresh food. We're like our kids go through it so fast, and we're pretty much almost completely out of like fruits and vegetables and like fresh foods like that. So we'll definitely need those. But I've got the stuff all ready for 4 breakfasts for sure, 6 lunches for sure. I haven't done dinner yet, but I'm feeling good about the progress I'm making. Like I said, newbie, not an expert. Also, if you're feeling stuck or inspirationless, sometimes I will just go to Pinterest and look at different boards that I've already pinned to see if I have any ideas there, or search for recipes based on any other ingredients I have that I know I'm not using. I'm actually doing a pretty decent job of using up everything here. I'm on the hunt for a meatless meal now, because I do want us to do at least one meatless meal a week and then one more dinner. So I'm going to scour all of my Pinterest boards and see what I can find to fill in these last 2 holes for dinner, and then we've got a meal plan, people. we've got a meal plan. Here we go. Let's go over the meal plan. Don't mind my chicken scratch handwriting, but this is what we've got. We've got Monday, breakfast is blueberry muffins, lunch is ravioli and grilled cheese, dinner is honey mustard chicken with mashed potatoes and green beans. Tuesday, pancakes and bacon for breakfast, a feta and pepperoni pasta for lunch, and a taco bake for dinner. Wednesday is cream of wheat and toast for breakfast, nachos for lunch, which is not just like tortillas and cheese. There's like refried beans and stuff on that too. And then Caribbean jerk chicken and pasta salad for dinner. And then Thursday, oatmeal and bagels for breakfast. We're gonna do snack plates for lunch. So it'll be turkey, cheese, crackers, fruits and veggies. And then for dinner, we're gonna do ham steaks with red potatoes and roasted red potatoes and broccoli. And then Friday, don't ask me why I didn't write out Friday and Saturday, even though I did the other days, who knows. Muffins, and then of course, whenever I put muffins, please know that that also means that like the kids will often eat something else as well from the breakfast options, but we're gonna make hot muffins. And then orange chicken, wontons, and rice for lunch, and spinach ravioli with bread for dinner. Then Saturday is sausage and French toast. Lunch is hot dogs, chips, and fruit, and then our pizza pasta recipe for dinner. Last up, Sunday is bagels and Jimmy Dean sandwiches, because we go to church, we go to the 9 a.m. service, so getting everybody dressed and out the door makes it really, really difficult to like make a full breakfast and everything. So these are just really quick and easy, and everybody can grab these because I'm also trying to then get the crock pot started before we leave for church. So when we come back, everybody's super, super hungry. So trying to have something ready to go for lunch. And I just put on here like taco soup and snacky, because what we'll do is we'll eat that, and then it makes so much of it that we'll have more for later, and we'll just have like heavy snacks. Because also Sunday is when I'll be doing some meal prep for the next week. So I'll probably make some boiled eggs and maybe some chicken salad, just some other things. So I'm not entirely sure what's gonna go here. It'll kind of depend on what's left from here, but we're gonna clean out any leftovers and just take care of business on Sundays. All right, so the cool thing is that based on that meal plan and everything that I already have for that week, that full 7 days of groceries, the only thing that's on my list to buy is some more pancake mix, one more thing of bagels, hot dog buns. I like to get like the brioche bread for French toast, so some French toast bread. I need some tortillas for the taco bake. I need to get some broccoli and 1 pound of ground beef, a couple of ham steaks. I get this big bag of ravioli, the spinach ravioli from Costco, a thing of the Jimmy Dean sandwiches, just some milk and eggs. I'll see what's kind of available and looks good for fruit and veggies, but those will be like heavy snacking items. And then a bag of chips to do with the hot dogs and chips for dinner. Yeah, hot dog, chips, and fruit. So that's it. I mean, about 14 to 15 items on this grocery list. I'm sure it'll end up being a little bit more than that when I actually go shopping. Because obviously fruit and vegetables is kind of like, I'll get a few different things. But we have plenty of like snacky foods and stuff for the kids too. They've got tons of like cheeses and stuff in there. So I'm not worried about that at all. I feel really good about this. I feel like I'm definitely going to be able to buy all this stuff for under $100. And at least that gets us kind of jump started. And I'm going to keep doing these videos if you guys enjoy them. If you like this, then I will keep doing them, and I will kind of share with you guys future meal plans and stuff. Obviously this one is very much based out of shopping what we already have, so it's not really an accurate picture of how much we're actually going to spend for our whole family, because we already have so much of this stuff. But moving forward, as we go through everything and clean out the pantry and are having to like shop from scratch for these things, then that will help us get to a better place with the budget. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, let me know, give it a thumbs up. I'm always intrigued by seeing what other people make for dinner and how they feed their families and stuff like that. So as this goes through the process and we learn more and stuff, hopefully, like I said, I'll have a lot more in the app, and I'm going to kind of work things into a meal planning binder and stuff with some kind of go-to recipes in there and everything. So I'm excited. I will share all that with you guys as we go along and make more videos in this feeding many people meal planning and budgeting video series whatever it's called. All right, guys, that is it for today's meal planning and budgeting video. I hope that you guys liked this. Like I said, if you want us to keep doing this, and by us I mean me, to keep doing this and keep kind of sharing this as I sort of get the process more streamlined and then just kind of working better, let me know. I'm happy to do that. And then I think what I didn't think about that for this video, but in the future what I will do is share with you guys also the actual grocery order for this for this budget or whatever, for however long it's going to be, a week or 2 weeks or a month or whatever we end up at. I'll share with you guys the grocery order and the cost of that as well. So that didn't make it into this video, but we're just getting started. That will be in the next meal planning and budgeting video. So be sure to subscribe if you've not already, and stick around. I make all kinds of content about all kinds of things on this channel. But if you enjoy this video and you want to stick around for more of this series, then be sure to subscribe. That's it for today's video, guys. I hope y'all have a great day, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.
You always find me here when the world thinks that I've disappeared. You know just where to look. You know just where